Right, you guys, back at you with another video on today. This is Raw Detroit. Make sure you hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, click the bell so that you'll be notified whenever we put up an upload. And without further ado, I got another prospect for you on today. I'm going to talk about linebacker Isaiah Moore as he's getting ready for a bowl game against the Maryland Terrapins on today. Definitely want to see what he brings to the table. But there's a lot of good things to like about him, you know, especially when you're a seasoned linebacker such as himself. He has been hurt a couple seasons playing with North Carolina, but now he finds himself really, really healthy. And right now, all you're trying to do is bolster your draft stock, and hopefully you'll be taken in the mid to late rounds and get an opportunity to crack an NFL roster, whether you are a rotational guy or you a starter, or either you are on special teams. You're trying to find a way to be able to get onto a NFL roster. And then we know that all the players that we talk about sometimes in the draft, some of these guys go undrafted. You know, everybody doesn't get the opportunity to be drafted into the NFL. But if you get that opportunity and a ball club picks you up, I mean, you're going to have to go in and you're going to have to try to earn your way onto that roster. And you're going to have to fight against a lot of guys. It's going to be very, very competitive. And that's one thing I can say about Isaiah Moore. I think that he's a competitive guy. I think he plays with that cutting edge. And definitely, man, I love a lot of things about this kid. I think whatever team that is looking for a linebacker, whether you're looking for a guy that can be in a rotation, or if you're looking for a guy that can play special teams until his name is called, I definitely think that Isaiah Moore is one of those guys that you could take a look at. He is a capable blitzer. He's good in coverage as a linebacker. He can cover tight ends. He has that extreme quickness and burst that you need to be able to shoot through gaps and things of that nature. He has good instincts. He's a good tackler, and he is a seasoned linebacker. And one thing you have to have as a linebacker as well, you have to be able to have good field awareness. You need to know what you need to be doing, you know, especially if you're a green dot guy that is calling plays. And normally the green dot guys are normally the middle linebackers. But definitely, man, I think that this kid has and possesses talent that a lot of teams could look at. You know, he has over 330 career tackles. He has 42 tackles for losses. He has 11 and a half sacks, and he has 1 interception and 9 pass breakups in his career. So he's been productive, but he has been hurt at times too as well. And that's going to happen, man. The game of football, sometimes you're going to get hurt, and sometimes you're going to be really, really healthy. And I just think that he's going to be one of those guys that could be a hidden gem in the later rounds, especially the mid to late rounds. You're looking for a linebacker, and you say, hey, man, let me give this kid a shot. You know, he's pretty much played at least 6 seasons with North Carolina, so maybe we can get something out of him. Normally, when a guy stays that long, he's really, really either he's fighting through injuries, or he's just trying to work on his craft and try to get better. Some of these guys go back to school because they figure like they're not really ready for the NFL, or they're trying to bolster their draft stock. That's why a lot of guys go back to school. But I think that Isaiah Moore, if you're looking for a linebacker that can be explosive, I think that he could be that. I'm going to make sure I put the links in the description so you guys will be able to see what he can do. But at the same time, man, I definitely like this kid, and I would draft this kid in the later rounds, maybe somewhere along 4th or 5th round, maybe 6th or 7th round. But I would definitely give him a shot if I'm an NFL team, to see what he got, to see what he has, man. Because if you're a team like the Detroit Lions, you so desperately need to be able to find some middle linebackers, especially giving up 321 yards on the ground. You know that you have to go out and find some help at linebacker. And I think that Isaiah Moore is one of those guys that you can put on your big board and say, hey, man, let me take a look at this kid. I think that he has the potential. He has the talent. He has everything that we are looking for at linebacker. Now the biggest thing with the Lions is, you know, Malcolm Rodriguez has started out really good for the Lions and playing solid football, but he can't do it alone. It's going to have to. They're going to really need some dogs. So this draft pick that I'm talking about, Isaiah Moore, he doesn't solely have to be a pick for the Detroit Lions, but whoever is looking for a solid linebacker in the later rounds. I definitely think that Isaiah Moore is one of those guys that you can pick up, whether you're putting this guy in the rotation as a special team guy starting out, or maybe you just might have him as a rotational guy coming in and out, or maybe he's one of those guys that will crack the lineup and be a starting linebacker. So you just never know, man. You never know what type of player that you're going to get on your team. But you hope for the best, especially when you need linebackers on your roster. You hope that the guy can be productive, and you hope that the guy will be able to make a splash so that ultimately at the end of the day, you can get that dog at linebacker. Everybody is looking for players that can come in and help them right away. And I think that Isaiah Moore is one of those guys that's seasoned. He's one of those guys that you could take a look at because he reads and reacts really well. He's a good tackler, and now in the NFL with the linebackers having to do so much now, he's one of those guys that can add that. He can bring that to the table as well. Being able to cover tight ends is something that you need from your linebackers as well. Being able to stick with guys coming through out of the backfield and things of that nature. And I think that Isaiah Moore is a guy that you can definitely look at and say, man, this kid is something that I would love to have on my roster, and I would love to see what he brings to the table. Whether or not he will be a starter is totally up on him and his work ethic. But I just definitely think that, man, this kid is a diamond. He's a diamond in the rough, man, and he is a hidden gem in this draft class, and he can be one of those linebackers that are taken in the later rounds. And if he's taken in the later rounds and you find out that he can be productive for you, then you just never know, man. But finding linebackers are not easy nowadays because now these guys are asked to do so much. They're asked to do a lot. So we'll see, man. We'll see what this kid ends up getting drafted. I just want to bring Isaiah Moore to your attention so that you will know about this kid. There's going to be plenty of linebackers that I'm going to be talking about that you guys have never heard of. And I'm sure you guys have never heard of Isaiah Moore. But today I just want to put some respect on his name. And I wanted you guys to take a look at this guy because I think that he has the potential to be a linebacker that could start for you, or he could be in the rotation, or he could be a special team guy for you. But I think that ultimately at the end of the day, this kid wants to play and he wants to be in the NFL. That's a lot of kids' dreams and goals and aspirations on what they want to do as far as being able to get into the NFL. But once they get there, they gotta put the work in, and they are the ones that gotta make the plays out there on the field. And maybe Isaiah Moore is one of those guys that can just come in and make those plays. So, guys, I'm going to be coming to you with more prospects. We're going to talk about more linebackers, more quarterbacks, and we're going to talk about running backs. We're going to be just talking about a lot of different prospects. So, you guys, get your popcorn ready because definitely, man, we're going to be going through a lot of prospects, and you guys will be put up on game on a lot of prospects and who these guys are. So, all right, you guys, this is Raw Detroit, and I am signing out, and I'll be back to you soon with another video. I'm out of here. Peace.